Alrighty, this is week 3 of November. Wait, fuck. I don't know if this is week 3. I think it's week 3. I'll double check. Whatever the title is what it's gonna be, but I'm pretty sure this is week 3 of November. Like I guarantee it. Wait, let me check. Yeah, this is for sure week 3 of November. Anyways, gonna do a recap on NQ. Fuck gold. I don't want to talk about gold. Okay, if you want to see my thoughts on that, just go to the recaps I've previously been posting. It's just been shit. I'm not gonna waste my time. I fucking hate gold with all my heart. I have a deep hatred for gold. Okay, so we're just gonna be doing NQ, so this is gonna make the recaps shorter. And yeah, I already got everything set up here, so we're just gonna go day by day. Starting off with Monday. Let's get into it. Monday. 9:30. All right, so for this day, looking at my other screen here, and we have 8:30 news, which is a orange folder. Empire State Manufacturing Index. We have 3:35 orange folder again. FOMC member speaks, and then 6 p.m. Trump speaks, orange folder. So we have nothing but orange folder. Not looking. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about any of this. If I'm being honest with you, like all of this is just crap to me. Okay. No red folders. I don't care. Okay. Now let's get into this day. So, 9:15 here. Okay. Let's turn this indicator on, see what we have. So we have London highs up here, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that. We do have a massive reversal point here, so let me actually hide all the drawings as well. Here. And let's see what we got. Took liquidity here. Fat ass S&T right there. That's beautiful. That's what you want to see. We have great reaction. Haven't quite inversed this gap yet, but we do look pretty bullish. Let's check the hourly. Yeah, we did take this low out. No S&T, but we did take this low out. We're respecting this imbalance here. We also respected this 4 hour that we're in. So overall, we look mad bullish. That's pretty much it. We already came and swept this low out right here. So at this point in time, just waiting for the setup, looking for a continuation. Let's just go into market open and play this out. We have a great trend line. Not super obvious trend line, but we just have stacked low resistance right here. So it looks nice. We're bound to rebalance. Let's check the targets that we would be aiming for if we get long. We have a 15-minute all the way up here. We have a 15-minute up here, which is kind of relatively equal highs right there. If we go on the hourly, we have two imbalances. We have imbalance here and imbalance up here. So yeah, ideally looking for longs on this day. Now we did of course get longs. Let's see what happens. Market opened. We have a fat candle to the downside. This is market open, right? Yeah, market open. We manipulate into, I believe this is a 30-minute gap right there. So we already showed that we were respecting an hourly, 4 hour, etc., etc. And we manipulate into this untouched 30-minute gap, and then immediately have a crazy volatile candle right there, followed by another insane one right here. Boom. Now, okay, this technically you would want an entry on this leg and go break even at this leg or maybe here, but the volatility was insane. Okay, so you could have entered here off this 1 minute. This also closed at the same time. This 3 minute got inversed. We did not have a 5 minute. However, we were very close by the time we got this entry to this 5 minute. Maybe could have gone breaking at that high. But yeah, we inverse that 3 minute, the 2 minute as well. And we inverse, there's nothing over here. So yeah, this is a perfect entry in my eyes. Unfortunately missed out on this trade. I think I was looking at gold and I was looking to take this trade, and we did end up hitting this part or this level here, and so I just ended up staying out and I missed out. Sucks, but it's whatever. I'm not focusing on gold at all this upcoming week, strictly NQ, and we'll see how that goes for me. So hashtag fuck gold, because I dude, I'm getting sidetracked, but just me thinking about gold is just pissing me off. Anyways, we have a 3 minute IFEG as well as a 1 minute here. Great entry. Since this is such a volatile, entry, it's like what, 100 points right there. That's insane. Don't mind putting stops here just for the good RR, because of course we ideally just want to target this this right here as our main target, and then runners up to all of this low resistance. So stops at this gap down here, because I doubt if we have this much of a push up, like the the probabilities of us coming all the way down here before pushing all the way up again, pretty low. So that's basically the stop. And enough yapping, I'm gonna play this out. Yeah, we rip here. That's where we hit this. We already hit this high right there, and then we did come down to break even. I could have got an entry off this 1 minute tap though. We did tap that 1 minute and had a nice push up. Yeah, great initial target. We ended up running up all the way to this hourly, which is also a 15 minute if you remember from earlier. Okay, these are targets from the other day, but we end up reversing from here. I don't think we give any shorts or anything. Actually, we did, but this is not something I would want to short off of, because if you look at this, this is a very high time frame sweep, and I'm looking for longs here. Okay, we still have London open. Doubt it's gonna get hit at this point in time, but to say we're going short is kind of crazy. So I think it's right here. So right here, we failed to hit this 5 minute, right? But we do hit it on ES here, making it an SMT. And we have a pretty nice closed candle here. I don't know if this like lost or got break even. Okay, yeah, this probably would have lost. If we hit this 5 minute, that sucks. So it hit the break even point if you had your stop all the way up here at this 5 minute, but the RR is pretty shit. I say this is a decent close candle. If we deliver, we can have our stop at the top of this candle. Really not much targets. I mean, you're targeting this manipulation leg down here, break even at this low resistance. We do end up taking that out. This looks like a nice re-entry. Let's see if we have like an SMT or something right there. No SMT. Okay, this is dangerous. It's more of a pattern trend, but we do rebalance this fair value gap, get an inverse here. Targeting this low resistance. This looks pretty nice in my eyes. I didn't see this. I didn't take data on this. This is probably something I wouldn't take, but this looks pretty good subjectively. Break even point at like almost a 1-to-1. Dude, this looks really nice. I actually like this. Just don't like this whole 5 minute, narrative. Don't like that we edged it. It would have been nice if we did come up and end up taking this 5 minute before giving an entry to that low resistance, but yeah. That's pretty much it. Only have one setup mocked up for the day. Let me check my data over here on this other screen just to be sure. Yeah, one trade on NQ. So Tuesday is interesting. We have a pretty shitty day. We have 3 trades, 1 break even, 1 loss, and then a break even that ended up being a win. So let's go ahead and go over that. Okay, is this the right one? 2 to 6. Just bring this to market open. I think we went a little past it. All right, so market open right here. 8:30. Okay, now this day. Let's remove the drawings and see what this looks like. Okay. Any SMTs? Not really much. So we do have, I like these highs. This strong liquidity looks very, very nice to me. Kind of just a lot of wicks right here. So this looks like a good pool of liquidity. We have this huge rejection wick right there. We also have London highs just a little bit above that. Longs look pretty nice. We do seem to manipulate and reverse here. Taking out these, the strong liquidity right there. Let's see. Did I skip Tuesday? What the hell? Wait, no, okay, I'm tripping. Never mind. Alrighty. Where's the trade? Hold on, let me pull this up because I'm kind of lost a little bit here. Okay, I remember now. Alright, so mark this out. I think this is OTE. I don't quite remember. Okay, no, it's not OTE, but it does hit equilibrium. We have a nice level. We have a 15-minute here. We have a perfect draw on liquidity, which this ended up getting edged, which is why I stayed out of this, but this ended up banking. So that's quite unfortunate. That's pretty much the only level I was looking to get hit. Yeah, so as you can see right here, once we came down and edged that level, we ended up respecting. We had a massive flip. Okay, this looked, I was gonna be bearish on the day if, well, I don't know. I don't remember if I was exactly gonna be bearish actually, because we did inverse this gap. But if we did inverse this 1 hour, it's ideally that we could look for shorts here, at least towards these lows. But we have a massive flip after hitting this level. And yeah, that pretty much, that was like the nail in the coffin for my bullish buys here. Unfortunately, did not take anything, but we do come down. We edge this gap. Now, this is the only reason why I did not take this trade, okay? You know, maybe if we had an SMT at these lows right here, this was also equal lows on the 1 minute time frame here on ES. So it would have been perfect if we had like an SMT or something. But no, we just edge it. I still counted this as data just because it was so, it was just such a good setup. We did deliver from EQ as well as a 15-minute fair value gap, and we had a pretty nice entry model. We had great LRR above. Yeah, we had also LOR right here. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So again, market opens just like Monday. We manipulate down. Did I just skip Tuesday? I just skipped Tuesday. What the fuck? I just realized that because I said Monday. Okay, we'll go back here. That was 100% my bad. Whoops. And I didn't even check news. Okay, let's check news for this day. See what we had. So Tuesday we had this was so weird. I remember this. We had unemployment claims, red folder at 3:10 a.m. in the morning. That's so fucking random. Like what? That's so strange. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. See what we have here. Rejecting out of this 15-minute. Very nice rejection wick there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Anyways. Alright, not much structure on Tuesday. I did not like the higher time frame structure. We kind of just look ugly here. Price action does not look good. However, if we go on this 5-minute time frame, whoa, that's the 6-minute. That looks so weird. Anyways, if we go on this 5-minute time frame, dude, the draw seems so obvious, bro. I mean, it's already marked there, but you can see all that LR we have right there. So much low resistance liquidity. We have a great break-even point. Another set of low resistance liquidity again. We've been having this quite a few times this week. This was pretty interesting. But yeah, we reject out of this gap here on the 15-minute as well, rejecting out of that gap. Now, what I wanted to see was, ideally, I wanted to see, I love that we swept this low right here. Let me just play this out real quick. One thing I really wanted to see was us sweep this low and maybe, again, make an SMT as I showed on Wednesday because I did the wrong fucking day. But yeah, wanted to see an SMT there. Fortunately, didn't get it, but we did end up respecting this 5-minute right there. That was really nice. I love that. We also retapped it to this 5-minute down here. Actually, we did not. Never mind. We edged it, but still we respect that 5-minute. And we got a 30-second entry. The volatility was once again crazy. No time for a 1 minute to be formed here, so we took a 30-second round up here, and break-even point was great. We had beautiful low resistance right there, like our little accumulation zone. Oops, wrong one. Accumulation zone, and then we manipulate, and then we distribute. So this was the main target. This was also London. If I play this out, or turn this on, not play this out. And this was quite unfortunate. We did not hit a 1-to-1. Just fell a little bit shy of it. This one ended up being break even, so boom. And this shit would have lost anyways. I don't like that we stopped in the middle of this trend line. We didn't even have an SMT here or anything. Okay, ES still has lots more trend line right there to take out. So that was quite unfortunate. And honestly, don't really see anything else. I did not really like the idea of shorts. Those longs look so beautiful, but that was just quite unfortunate. Now, once we do end up inversing, we inverse a 4 or a 1 hour. Okay, it was a 1 hour. And it was this one right here. We end up inversing that. If I go ahead and put this tool out, you'll see that once we get to 10 a.m., or you can see right there, we inverse that 1 hour. And yeah, so at this point in time, we can say, it's safe to say that we can look for shorts here. The targets I was aiming for were, I think, these 4-hour. Yeah, this 4-hour low right there is what I was aiming for. Yeah, just waiting for a 5-minute pullback. So as you can see, we get that right there. We have an unmitigated 5-minute, and I think we have an SMT right there too. Yeah, we have an SMT at that 5-minute right there. So this is perfect, textbook A+. And yeah, once we hit that nice inversion there on the 1-minute, we actually took a 2-minute, and this unfortunately lost. Here is a 2-minute inversion that we took. Not the best close, but I mean, it's pretty decent to me considering we have such a fat imbalance to inverse, and we have a great V shape right there. So if your stop was a bit higher, you could have gotten break even maybe once we hit the swing low, and this would have been a break even just depending on the stop loss. But since this is our only target that we're aiming for, okay, it's like it's a high resistance level. It's not like low resistance where we can, you know, drag this down, hit all that low resistance. It's just one singular level. So we want to get this to at least a 1-to-1. That's what we did. But this was a good play. Just unfortunate loss. Perfectly, I can totally understand why it lost. I mean, we made an unmitigated 15-minute up here. As you can see, that's what we ended up hitting. We also ended up hitting this discounted 5-minute right there, as you can see. Let's see if we have any SMT. No SMT, but yeah, once we take that, we end up chopping a lot here, and we end up getting a 5-minute IVG, which I didn't take, just mocked it up. I mean, already took a break even, already took a loss, and I think I took a loss on gold this day as well. Some bullshit, so. Yeah, 5-minute IFVG. The one thing I didn't really like was that we still had this huge 1-minute, and I think a 2-minute as well. Well, this ended up getting inverse a little bit after, but yeah, it was pretty scary to me, so that's the main reason why I just stayed out, especially considering with the other 2 previous trades that were taken. And yeah, we just pretty much hit this low resistance. Would have probably got break even there. If not, if you waited till this got hit, once this got edged and we hit this level, would have been a good break even point there, but we end up hitting break even again. And then ultimately we end up delivering. Not the best PA here. Great narrative though. This trade was perfect. I don't know why it played out. These trades were perfect, just not the great delivery. Yeah, it's pretty much, that's the worst day this week. Every other day was, you know, absolutely perfect in my eyes. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Monday or Wednesday. I should have just went on the hourly time frame for this. I don't know why I'm doing this on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so Wednesday. Let's see what we got. 12 p.m. President Trump speaks, orange folder, and then 2 p.m. we have FOMC meeting minutes, so really nothing significant to even be worried about here. This is the day that I did not like the structure. I did like these levels up here. So yeah, these were good levels. No SMT or anything. We did come off delivering from that huge high time frame low right there, so could definitely see longs playing out. The only long I would be willing to take was, we already inversed all of these gaps here. The only level was this intermediate low that has this 15-minute, which aligns with EQ that we ended up edging. And yeah, we get great reaction from there. Nothing to be taken here. Maybe on the 32nd, but it's pretty... Dude, this kind of looks ugly. Let's see what else we got. So we do have a 3-minute, which got inverse. We inversed this 3-minute and this 3-minute. We have a 4-minute as well right there. That got inverse. And the highest time frame is a 5-minute, so that's the one that I was looking to take. If I did take this, I probably would have got stopped because my stop loss would have been... Was this the day? Yeah, this would have probably wrecked me because of course, my TP would not have been all the way up here. This was the targets that I did like for the day, but I don't aim that high. Typically just wanted to see something like this, or like a 1-to-1 right here. Or make this like a 1.5. So my stop would have probably been... Let's go on the 1-minute chart. Let's see what this... Yeah, would have got freaking wrecked, bro. Yeah, this even just like right... I really don't know where my stop would have been because I didn't take this, but yep, here's the trade. Got the 5-minute inverse break-even point at this swing high, and this like absolutely banged, bro. This hit all the way up here. That was insane. About almost a 1 to 6 R. That's what I have recorded for data. because the stop was a little bit short. I'm not sure where it was. But, yeah, we did get a re-entry. Now, I missed out on this, and once I saw this deliver from here, I knew, like, okay, this is just some, like, bullshit. We didn't hit this level. It's just unfortunate. And so, at this point in time, I was looking for a retrace, and this whole leg, bro, dude, this is insane. This is, like, I don't, like 300 points? Dude, this is 400 points, 415 points. Not a single retrace until we hit all the way up here, which is unfortunate. We have Asia still available by the time we hit this 5 minute. Yeah, so we had that 5 minute. Not even gonna bother looking at ES. Once we hit the 5 minute, we had a 15 or a 30-second. I'm not quite sure. Let me actually check my data, which inverse this says it was. So we had a 15-second IFEG here, somewhere around there. And yes, stopped at the swing low, about a 1.1 R towards Asia high. This is a great play. It just didn't take it. You know, I didn't want to FOMO into anything. I was already kind of like feeling lots of FOMO from this trade. So I was like, you know, just stay out of the markets, just wait till the next day. And that's pretty much the only play, the only two plays we had here. We did end up getting shorts, I think, on like 5 or 2 minute, but it was really ugly. Not something I'm interested in taking at all. See this 2 minute right there, got inverse, could have took shorts. Once we retrace, maybe go, I don't know. I really don't know, but I don't care. That's not a trade I would ever take in my life. So yeah, let's move on to the next day. Whoops. Okay, let's bring this back to 8:30. All right, this day. We're coming very close to these highs. We can obviously see that we're rejecting off this level still. We have insane distribution. We did end up coming down later that day or later that night to come hit this level down here. We didn't hit it until still AM. Okay, yeah. So we hit OTE, which is the exact thing I wanted to happen. I really wanted to see us take this low and hit OTE, and we ended up doing that. Unfortunately, we missed out on the actual move that I was anticipating after we hit this level. So it was just the exact opposite. Then we ran up again. Insane bull run here. We have these highs available up here. Sorry, I don't know if I'm speaking right, but we have an unmitigated 15-minute, which was the target for that day. We also had an unmitigated hourly right there. And yeah, that's basically what I was looking for, just longs. We had a 15, let me remove the drawings, this looks so confusing. We had a 15-minute here, okay? We also had a 30-minute right there, and that's pretty much what I was looking for this day. I wanted to see us tap back into that 15 and 30-minute. So that was the one condition I was looking for, okay? We ran up, we made equal highs here, and then we ran down. Okay, why did I not take, I don't know if we got an entry here. I don't think we got an entry here. I think we ended up pushing lower. Otherwise, I don't know why I wouldn't have taken this, but we do have an SMT here. This is the 5-minute as well that we're respecting, that intermediate 5-minute low. There's the 15 we respect, and there's the 30 that we also respect. Now we had an SMT at these lows, and as well as the new lows of reform on this lower time frame. And we gave like a 30-second, let me check to be sure, 30-second IFEG, of course exactly where this level is. Once we manipulated, it was at this low that we had the SMT, at these two lows right there. So yeah, once this got hit, I think we didn't give anything here. I'm not sure why. I don't know if we 100% got anything there or if we didn't. Because I'm not sure if we did get something. I don't know why I didn't take this, but this looks pretty nice with double SMT there. It's pretty nice. 30-second IFEG up here. We had great targets. These equal highs were a great break-even point. So if we hit this and run lower, I'm perfectly fine with that. I would be expecting for this trade to lose if it does that. And the main targets were for like a 1-to-1, 1.1 R to these hourly and 15-minute that were both unmitigated. And unfortunately got break even, and then this ended up hitting. And honestly, this price action here looks so ugly. I'm not even looking to take anything. I'm not even looking for shorts at this level, right? But that is until we end up, you know, forming this low resistance right here. I can expect for this to get hit, and we hit this low resistance. So we make 3. You know, we triple tap this level right here, or this trend line. And then we come back up into this hour, or not hourly, what am I saying, bro? This 5-minute gap. And I'm looking for a short from here. Once we hit this 5-minute gap, we don't get it. And we do manipulate a little bit higher into this premium gap. And now I'm expecting an inverse here to go short towards these lows. And we don't end up getting that. We end up getting a 5-minute IFG to the upside, which is a pattern trade long. Yes, it did hit, but you probably would have gotten like break even or something, or like full TP probably wouldn't have hit, depending on where you would have. I don't even know. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that didn't even get hit. But anyways, once we hit this dude, I cannot speak today. Once we hit this fucking, goodness gracious, bro. We hit this high up here, no SMT or anything, so this doesn't look too attractive to me. I still like this draw lower. And yeah, we have a nice 2-minute there. We also have two 1-minute gaps that got inversed. We have this gap here and this gap here along where that aligns with that 2-minute. And we're getting both inverses right there. And here's the IFG on the 2-minute. We have absolutely nothing else, bro. We have nothing. So this is the main idea as to why this trade looks good. We have not a singular 5-minute there. I guess you can go break even at this low here, or maybe at the end of this little low resistance that we got built. But yeah, if there's a 5-minute or something, probably would not have counted this as a trade, or would have just gone break even at that 5-minute. But since we had absolutely nothing, and the only gaps that we ended up forming got inverse, this is a pretty good short. So I counted this as data. Although I did not take this, this did end up hitting. This actually hit every single level. Not only did we hit this low resistance, but we hit this low resistance down here, which is a higher time frame low resistance. And I did actually take more of a discretional play here, around right here. Since we failed to hit these lows, we came so close to it, we tapped back into this premium 1-minute and had a 30-second IFG, which I took with the stops at the high. So this is what the trade looked like, something along the lines of this. Targeting this low resistance, and I targeted like the beginning of this for the trade that I took. Somewhere around here. I don't know. It was 1 point. It was like almost a 104 R, but that's not really a data setup. It's more of a discretional play. So that's in the trade recap from what day is this? Thursday, the 20th. So yeah, that's where I recorded this play. But in terms of data, these are the only two setups that really presented itself. Nothing else. And this one hit, break even, and then this one hit, and this absolutely bang, bro. This day, we manipulated hella, bro. We dumped like 1,200 points. Look at that, bro. It's absolute insanity, dude. Okay, what the heck? Let's see. 1,300 points, 200 points, whatever. Yeah, that was crazy. Now, let's get into the last day, Friday, which we only had one trade. Again, why am I doing this on the 15-minute? Okay, so, this trade, we hit these intermediate lows, respect this 4-hour gap. We also have a 1-hour gap right there as well. And yeah, these are also relatively equal lows that we took out, so that's great. Rejection off that level. Not really looking for anything else. We don't really have any other targets up here. The only other, PD array we can aim for is this 4-hour, which is all the way up here. So not much to aim for. Okay. We do have this intermediate low right here that's in this 15-minute gap, and what makes this really attractive is that it's an unfilled 30-minute gap right there as well, so that's perfect. We also have, I guess that's it. Yeah, we have a nice trend line here. From here, we kind of just chop up here, so we have great accumulations on here. We end up hitting this level, which was this is the only, what's it called, play I was willing to take, okay? I wasn't looking for these levels to get hit in reverse. Wasn't looking for this and to go short. Wasn't looking for anything except for this. This was the only play I was willing to take, okay? We end up having a 1-minute IFG. We don't inverse this 1-minute, but it's fine because we have this 2-minute inversion, which technically is the play. Stops, great stops right here, okay? Good low resistance built up right there on that lower time frame, which would be a good break-even point. No, the good break-even point, since it's all the way up here past the 1-to-1, would be right here. once we retrace back to break even and we form these equal highs, once we retake this high, which is also equal highs, that would have been a great break even point. Okay. Unfortunately, I did not take this entry. I took it a little bit further up here. I wanted to see this 1 minute gap get inverse. I was kind of nervous, especially how price opened up. You can see how this looks. On the 30-second chart, we were inversing bullish and bearish gaps left and right, dude. It was insane. Did not trust this price action at all, so it was a little bit, kind of scared of this setup. So I took a later entry and got break even. I went break even extra early due to the entry being way kind of up here, kind of ruining the RR and whatnot. This did eventually hit. We had an SMT at this high right there, as you can see. And this was pretty much the only target because, as I said before, we have really nothing. There's no unmitigated gaps over here. Just a lot of bull crap. And this is like about a 1 to 2 R. That's, more than enough. And from here, we just don't really get much else. Don't even have a single 5-minute gap getting made. We have this 5-minute right here. Ends up getting inversed. Yeah, seems to be about it. That seems to sum up the entirety of the week. I'll go ahead and turn this thing off, and I'm just gonna look over each setup so we can see. Starting off with Monday, just briefly going over it. Monday, we hit this level. We manipulate a little bit more lower into an untouched 30-minute. Get a beautiful distribution leg up here. And we end up hitting for a almost 3R trade. This is insane. And followed by the next day, a little bit of a shitty day. Okay, this is great longs. This honestly looked more A+ than the other setup. This honestly was one of my favorite setups this week. I just don't like how this didn't play out. Like, I don't understand how this didn't play out. But, shit's random. Can't, expect everything to hit. And then once we flipped our bias here after inversing that 1 hour, we have a nice retrace to this 5-minute, get a great short here. Pretty discounted short, not gonna lie. We're all the way in discount here. We have a good level we're very close to, so this is a pretty good setup. Ended up failing. Perfectly reasonable. I can understand why this failed. We tapped to this unmitigated 15-minute that we made, and this one ended up delivering. Of course, most likely would have gotten break even. Truly don't know because I did not take it, but this overall was a good play. Just wasn't too confident, especially taking a break even and 2 losses. One here on NQ, and then I think I took a loss on gold. Yeah, now we get to Wednesday where this one hurt the most. Okay, this would have been so A+ if we just hit this 15-minute. The fact that we didn't hit this 15-minute caused me to stay out of this setup, and yeah, honestly, just sad, bro. I don't like how we didn't hit this 15-minute. Didn't even make an SMT or anything, so that sucks. But maybe I could have taken this play with a bit more market experience if I seen this happen more often. But ideally, I don't like when we edge levels like that and then get a setup. But the distribution on this after we our reversal point was right here. So after we distributed, how do I say that? We have a very volatile reversal. That's a good way to put it. We reversed with great volatility here, so that should have been a huge indicator for me to take this setup, especially after inversing the 5-minute. It's like, why would we do that and then not deliver towards the targets? Like, just bullcrap. But where the hell are we, man? Right here. So that's pretty unfortunate, but yeah, let's go ahead and get to the next day. I just went to the 5-minute and did all that for no reason. Yeah, that's that setup. And then Thursday, this was pretty good. This was one of the best days this week. Okay, not the best setup, but the best days because I hit a pretty high R trade. This was really unfortunate. Got break even on this. I did like the setup. Did not like the open on this day. The open was so ugly and horrendous. Dude, that's genuinely the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Did end up hitting a pretty good bias and narrative for this trade. This one, it's all right. Not a great reversal point, but I do like that the targets that we end up creating, as well as this 1 and 2 minute being the only gaps we have out of this entire leg here. Okay, yes, we do have 1 minute gaps all the way down here, but that's like about almost a 1-to-1, which is a good break even point and whatnot. But yeah, you get the gist of it. I'm not gonna over explain myself there. This shit delivered like crazy, bro. And then Friday, really shitty day again, followed by Thursday. We had another shitty open, which is horrendous, so ugly. We had one great target that I was looking for, which is a 30 and 15 minute. Ended up getting hit. We had a great 2 minute IFEG. And this was a winning trade, okay? Break even right here. We did not go. The trade did not hit break even when we hit these highs up here, but unfortunately, I did not take a data entry. I took more of a safer, a pussy entry, bro, because I was being a punk and I was scared. But it's whatever. This did end up hitting, and we're just followed by chop. But that's pretty much gonna sum up the entirety of week 3 of NQ. So gonna wrap that up. Get this video posted. I need to post the recap from Friday. I already made the video. I just gotta post it. Yeah, we'll see how this week treats us. We're not gonna be looking into gold because gold is nothing but a bitch. I hate gold so much with all my heart. So we're just gonna stick to NQ and see how we do this week. Yep, that's gonna be it. And yeah, I'm gonna end this off here. And yeah, Cowboys won today against the Eagles, so that's great. What else is going on? That's pretty much it. Alright, I'm just gonna end this. Alright, peace, bro.